Hey, what do you say, Wes Welker, episode 83 of the Run In Podcast? My name is Tommy Pairodice.
It's showtime, folks. The Waller episode of the podcast.
Did you say Walter?
Waller. Oh man, there's a good one.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that in just a
we're
little
gonna
bit.
be talking about that tonight. But yes, I'm happy to be here. You're probably like, this might be your like one of two times you'll be hearing my voice this week.
That's right. You made another cameo, huh?
Yep, just like the group cameo. It was like candy. And of course, now somebody is deciding to hammer something. This is just wonderful.
So many guest appearances from DJ's apartment.
Yes.
It is the Run In Podcast. It's brought to you by Figure Collections. Check out figurecollections.com/shop and use the code RUN10 to save 10% on all the Cello toys, action figures over there. And big news, if you're listening to this before Saturday or on Saturday, the Blue Meanie Bone Crunching Wrestler goes up for pre-order, $39.99, and you can use that code RUN10 to save yourself 10% off, and you'll get free shipping as well. We'll talk more about that a little bit later on in the show. February 26th, Blitzkrieg Pro is back in action here in Springfield, Massachusetts. Kevin Nash, Cowboy, Bob Orton, and now just added to the show, Evil Uno. AEW star Evil Uno just got added to the show. That's going to be badass. Looking forward to that. I'll definitely be there February 26th at White Lion Brewery in Springfield, Massachusetts. We had a giveaway last week courtesy of Wrestling Collectors Shop. We were giving away the Elite 91 Hulk Hogan. Man, now there's a fire going on in DJ's apartment. It's like
we were advertising like a Chicago Rumble or something, and they used to have the sirens in the background.
It's legitimately like you have an on-air sign on your house, and as soon as I hit record, hello, hey, as soon as we hit record, the garage starts opening, people start nailing stuff, somebody sets themselves on fire.
Man. Hey, today we got a new garage door, so we maybe we'll find out later in the episode if it's quieter. But it is a new door.
All right, can't wait. I cannot wait. Wow, we're off to a great start here. Yes, we had a giveaway last week, courtesy of Wrestling Collector Shop, Elite 91 Hulk Hogan. All you had to do was retweet the episode, the pinned tweet on our Twitter. All you got to do is hit the retweet button. A lot of entries. A lot of people wanted that figure, and the winner is at @fakerealperson_. Fake real person _ their name is Burner on their user name. Maybe it's a burner account. I don't know what's going on, but yeah,
Phil.
they are your winner. This week we have another giveaway. Same deal. Just go to our Twitter account. It is at where is it? At Run In Podcast. Make sure you're following us. You got to follow us, and you got to follow the Fig Cave on Twitter. You do both of those and hit that retweet button on our pinned tweet with the episode for episode 83. This week, we're giving away a Top Picks Rey Mysterio courtesy of Wrestling Collector Shop. So thanks to them, man. They're hooking it up with these giveaways. And speaking of, we gave away on our Patreon feed this week. We gave away our Ultimate Edition Jeff Hardy, and actually the first member of the Patreon to sign up was Zach Egolf, and he won the Jeff Hardy Ultimate Edition and the signed Max Caster 8x10 autograph photo. So congratulations. Yes, he's an Inner Circle member, but he pays for the Patreon. He helps set up a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
You gotta, if you're in it, you're in it. Like like you said, he pays with real money to be in there. So it could be you. Like anybody that's paying can get it.
That's right. We got a couple different tiers over there at patreon.com/runinpod. We have the $1 white meat babyface tier. We got the $5 mid-carder tier. I don't remember the names of the other tiers because I'm not right on there, but there's a $10 tier. There's a $25 tier. There's a $50 tier. We're still waiting for somebody to jump on that $25 or that $50 tier. Will it be you? $50 tier, you're getting yourself a free t-shirt from our Pro Wrestling Tees store, and you'll get to be a guest on the show. So
cruiserweight $5, legend 50 is the $50, mid-carder $10, main eventer $25.
Gotcha. So all kinds of different perks there for each level. We do have some new Patreons this week. I got to pull up the page here and welcome them in. Let's see here. We got Matthew Rich. We've got Jeremy Borbo. I hope I'm saying that right. Alex Lanham and Kathy Hummer all joined. Oh, and J&J Toy Giants all joined the Patreon this week. So thank you guys for joining, and they are getting in. We're doing a Royal Rumble contest here, guys. We need 31 people in the Patreon because DJ can't participate. So DJ is the Johnny Knoxville of our Royal Rumble contest.
Right.
So we need 31 people in the Patreon. We're at 27 right now. We need 4 more people to sign up for as little as $1 a month. And what we're going to do is we're going to assign everybody a number randomly. We'll post it in the Patreon. Everybody will get a number. If your number wins the women's Royal Rumble, you're going to get hooked up with our prize pack. So far, we've got an Undertaker Ultimate Edition. We've got an AEW belt pack that's been popping up and out of stock. In and out of stock on Amazon. And then we have a Ric Flair Ultimate Edition. Not Ric Flair Ultimate Edition. Ric Flair Elite 92. Mom Hair Flair for you as well. And we probably
he's got the t-shirt.
That's right. And he's got the four horseman fingers. So we've got like one more week, I believe, before the Royal Rumble. So we'll probably add one more thing to that pile of loot before the Rumble actually hits. So stay tuned. Get yourself in. Once we hit 31, that contest is shut down, and you'll have to stay tuned. We're still figuring out what we're going to do for the monthly giveaway for next month, but that'll be announced probably right around the 1st of February. So thanks again to everybody who has joined the Patreon. Again, it's patreon.com/runinpod. Your stickers are going out. If you haven't updated your address, make sure you do so. You got an email today saying that you need to do that. So that we can send those stickers out to you. Other than that, man, that was a lot of housekeeping stuff. We do have some more housekeeping stuff. No Kenny's corrections. Kenny's been slacking on the corrections. Haven't gotten a message from him in quite a while about our corrections. We must be killing it. But you guys can go over to prowrestlingtees.com/runinpod. Grab yourself a shirt. Follow on Instagram and Twitter. You know the Twitter is at Run In Podcast. The Instagram is at the Run In Pod, and make sure you're following along over there. And also we are on Twitch, twitch.tv/the Run In Podcast, and YouTube as well, youtube.com/the Run In Podcast. Lots to talk about in the world of wrestling this week, DJ. But before we get to it, what are you drinking tonight, my man?
Oh man, so tonight I just got water tonight. Isn't that something?
Wow. I've got some water. I've also, I'm addicted to this Mountain Dew Zero Spark, the raspberry lemonade.
I do want to try that
Mountain Dew. It's pretty good. So I grabbed another one of those while my kid was hockey practicing it up tonight. AEW was on in the hockey rink tonight.
Yeah, I saw the pic of that.
Trying to contribute to the ratings there, and I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with putting it on.
All right. And then before we jump in the ring, I just want to say, make sure once you are done listening to us, make sure you go to the Tots show, the Too Old for This Shit show. And that's where I do a cameo with them. They're some great guys. We had a fun episode. So make sure you give them some love as well. There's enough pie for all of us.
That's right. That's our good friend of the show here, Alan Day, is on that show. He's made some images for us. He actually made the Run In Rumble graphic. Right. So and a couple others. He actually made the Ric Flair robe inspired shirt on our Pro Wrestling Tees store. I actually want to shout out here real quick while we're going through all this. D Wireman, who is a Patreon member, he bought 2 shirts during the New Year's sale.
Look at that.
He sent me a picture of him, and he got the Celtics on a green shirt, and I was like nervous about the green on green. Man, it is fire. It looks great. And he also got the graffiti logo, which you kind of were like, we need some kind of like spray paint, Fresh Prince style logo for a shirt. And he got that on a purple shirt, and that looks like it's fire as well. So
maybe that might be an idea.
Yeah. So next sale, or even if it's not on sale, head over to prowrestlingtees.com/runinpod and grab yourself a t-shirt or a hoodie. We got hoodies now. I got my drinks. I don't think we've got anything else. Oh, just make sure if you're listening on Apple Podcasts that you rate and review and subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, hit that rate button. You can now give a 5-star review on there and make sure you're following along so that you get the
it all counts.
That's right. Hit that follow button so that you get the alerts for when a new episode drops. You can check out everything else over at runinpod.com. All the information on the Patreon, all our social media links, announcements, all kinds of stuff over there as well. So make sure you head over to runinpod.com. Lots of stuff going on in the world of wrestling. DJ, I think I hate wrestling. I think I don't know, man. We got to talk about this. I'm ready to jump in the ring if you are.
Let's talk.
In the Ring is brought to you by Buy, Sell, Trade Toys. He's on Instagram and Twitter. Use the code RUN10 to save 10% at checkout. And he just put up some new stuff on his Instagram this week. A lot of AEW figures, actually. We got Darby Allin. We got Roddy Piper loose. That's not an AEW figure. I went to the wrong post. Luchasaurus, Hangman Page, Scorpio Sky, Lance Archer. A lot of people are looking for. So those and more at buyselltradetoys.com or on Instagram at buyselltradetoys, and use the code RUN10 to save 10%. Oh man, what a week of wrestling, huh? What a week of wrestling. Let's just get right to it, man.
All right.
I wrote in our notes here, I wrote Walter the fuck. Like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck?
Well,
so let's just start with this, because Walter, I don't think, is the greatest name for a wrestler to begin with, but it worked for Walter. Because he was a badass, because he will slap the shit out of you, and you're not gonna call him Wally. Like, it just worked for him.
Mm-hmm.
And now, as you guys may have heard, because it's been everywhere. He is now known as Gunther
Stark, right?
Well, no, they dropped the Stark because if you Google Gunther Stark, not a Game of Thrones character like I thought it might have been, but a Nazi soldier back in World War II for Germany. Yeah. So WWE dropped the last name in their trademark.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. So yeah, DJ,
especially with a guy coming from Austria, you don't want him.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this, man?
All right, so I had a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction, just like everybody else. All right, but your boy is the vigilante of takes, so I had to think a little bit more before coming on the show and talking about this. So of course, I love looking at what's going on in the people's mind. Like I go and scroll through the people to see what they have to say, and I just thought it was kind of funny that this guy's ring names. Like, so a guy that was complaining about the name change, like, brought up like a page that showed all of his ring names that he's had so far, and we have Big Daddy Walter, Big Van Walter, Ja Cha Ping, Walter Hahn, which I think that's his name. All right. So please tell me that
I guess Gunther's not that bad.
So you see where I'm going with this. And Gunther still, to me, sounds like somebody else smack the shit out you, okay? And it still sounds like, let's go, if you got a problem with his name being Gunther, I would love for somebody to go up and tell him that you do. And that's where I am. I'm like, wait, so what? Like, and furthermore, I wouldn't look back, because I thought I read some older posts where people were making, like, just like you just said, people were making fun of his name not a month ago. Just not a month ago, people were like, Walter, especially the AEW, like, most of them being like having names with AEW in it. So when I say the AEW faithful, I do, like, I'm not making fun of them. They will even tell you they're AEW fans, and they were making fun of his name being Walter. Now we have a problem with it.
Mm.
So this is just yet another time that WWE does anything and everybody loses their shit. Like they can do anything and you're going to see a bunch of people lose their shit. And that like, so I'm kind of with you where I'm tired of that. I'm tired of, I can't just watch this show and let me just follow the story that he changed his name. Like, why can't I just watch that without people? Oh my God, it's like the sky is falling because he named his name. His name is something else that sounds like somebody that will, kick your ass. Like, so he still sounds like a kick-ass guy. So what is the problem?
Yeah, I don't hear the name Gunther and think of somebody who's going to kick my ass. Mm-hmm. I was texting with a friend he's not a giant follower of wrestling. He knows enough, but we were just talking today about.
I know the Willy Wonka thing, like
about some stuff. No, we were thinking. He was thinking like, what if they say it like, how did he spelt it out phonetically,
like gun,
like
Gunther,
Gunther.
Okay.
Like putting a German pronunciation on it.
Okay.
Instead of it being like Gunther from Friends, the barista at Central Perk, because that's all I can think of, or like some little nerd that's going to be picked on, all the time.
I mean, I hear Walter, and maybe we can make this the song that comes on for the at the first part of the show is a Tony song called Little Walter, and Little Walter was a chump. Like when you listen to the lyrics of the show of the song, so Walter was not a good, like for me, Walter was not a tough name. But then you see this guy walk out, you're like, oh, so
yeah, you're not gonna mess with him
again. So what's the difference?
Yeah, fair point there. And I am like, let's see how the story progresses. Like,
exactly.
Let's not. Yes, it's weird. It's weird that they changed his name after his match. They didn't just like repackage him. It was literally
he just picked up a mic and
yeah, he came out introduced as Walter, and then at the end of the match said his name is now Gunther. Imagine that you go to your job and you're like, all right, it's 9:05. I just logged into my computer at work. Doing work. End of the day, I'm changing my name. Imagine that's the wrestling world we live in.
That's the wrestling world we live in. And
I'm trying to give it a chance to see how the story goes, but we have a podcast here that's weekly, so we have to kind of give our immediate reaction to it, which was just kind of like, you know what, though? The name change got me to pay attention to NXT. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but, I paid attention to NXT. I actually pulled it up on Hulu today to watch it, which I haven't done in months since they did the 2.0 thing, really. I just kind of been reading and taking matches in here and there. Now,
it's
though, like, yeah, with that name change, I was like, let me watch this.
It's a wrestling business.
And it actually got me. I was talking a little bit about LA Knight. I thought his opening promo last night, he sounded like hints of The Rock and Stone Cold. Actually, like while I was watching it, I was like, what am I watching? I was kind of like doing work and it was on in the background. And I'm like, I had to keep looking up. I'm like, who is that? And it was LA Knight.
I saw that in the notes because I did not watch NXT this week. But when I saw that in the notes, I did pull. So now I pulled up his promo, right? And like you said, like the same cadence as both The Rock and Stone Cold, the voice. If you turn away from the TV and listen to him talk, and he's going third person, like he never says I, he says LA Knight, da da da, LA Knight, da da da. So I was like, yeah, it fits. I think maybe when because what's his name took over NXT, right? So he probably said, hey, Bruce Pritchard, he's like, look, you're good on the mic. Why don't you go watch some tapes of the Stone Cold and The Rock? And then LA Knight came out and gave him something.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. Wasn't a terrible episode of NXT last night, at least from the abbreviated Hulu version, because Hulu only gives you an hour of it. And so there's obviously not seeing everything, but it wasn't terrible. It was not terrible.
Yes.
Now with Walter's name change, a couple people mentioned to me they thought he might be a favorite for the Royal Rumble, not necessarily winning it, but being in it, maybe being like that dark horse that goes a long time, like is in there for a super long time.
Yeah.
You think this still happens with the name? Do you think the name change affects any of that?
I don't, I think even before the name change, to be honest with you, that he was going to be a prominent person in this match. But that even now, yeah, I think that person gave you a good insight there. I think that probably even more, like now we might, like you say, see him in the last 5 people or so.
Yeah, or even be that guy that's in there for, maybe he doesn't last that long, but he's in there for an hour, 45 minutes,
number
whatever.
12 or something.
Yeah, or has a ton of eliminations, something like that.
I think I see him eliminating a lot of people, and even I see him eliminating people with the chop, like chopping them over the top rope.
Yeah, like kind of like how I think it was Keith Lee last year had that, that dominating performance, but didn't win.
Right.
Ran
into Brock, like gave Brock a run, like knocked Brock on his ass a few times.
Yep.
And then like a couple other people came in, and then he kind of gets tossed over by chance, and that was good enough for everybody.
Still don't have like a definitive like, oh yeah, this person's gonna win.
No,
like,
I need to see a little bit more. Yeah, I'm not ready. Yeah, I'm not ready.
2 more weeks, I think. Well, when this drops, it'll be about 1 week to go. So yeah, I just said, I know when we started this segment, I said I think I hate wrestling. The reason I said I think I hate wrestling is because they changed fucking Walter's name to Gunther. Like that's why I was like, I think I'm just done with wrestling.
But I think it worked. Like you said,
I said that to so many people Tuesday night. Like I'm like, I think I just hate wrestling at this point. But it
worked. I think you brought up a good point there. It worked. You know what? It worked. I think all of this is a work. All of it. Like all of it is a work. And they're working us, and we're falling for it.
I hope you're right, because this is one hell of a work, man.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm not saying they're going to change his name back to Walter, but what I am saying is that they like on purpose, like, hey, wouldn't it be some shit if we like changed his name and not even made it like you said, even the email like telling me about the NXT show says Walter, right? And then he walks down the aisle, Walter on the graphic.
Yeah.
Grabs the mic. My name ain't Walter no more.
Yeah.
So hey, and it worked. So that is a great point. And I think that, like I'm telling you, they know that we watch this way too, like we're just way like, what do you do like in sports? In sport, people that have played sports. And your opponent is just way overplaying. What do? You swerve.
Yeah, you swerve. Yep.
All right, you swerve. You do like a little, like somebody's looking for a fastball. You throw a knuckleball, like, and they swing and miss. All that, like, so that's how wrestling fans are just way too, like, we're way too gung ho and going forward, and we want to see what we want to see. And then so both wrestling companies are like, so what if we gave them this instead of what they think that's going to happen?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's working. People watched.
I know, and people are so over, they're just like you said. The immediate reactions were, most of them were hilarious. Like it's just people like going nuts.
That didn't like his name in the first place. Like that's the funny part to me. Like you didn't like his name in the first place. Like they kind of gave you what you wanted.
Yeah. Yep. Oh man. Natty broke a record on SmackDown this week. She got beat in like 3-point-something seconds by Aaliyah. I mean, what a show here. We're starting out with NXT and Natty that we're talking about. I saw an article like last week, though. Natty has been like tweeting out about how she set all these Guinness World Records. And somebody was like, they need to make this into a storyline. And then this week, she gets beat on SmackDown. I think it was Cage Side Seats. Credit to them. Right. They said like this needs to be a storyline, and credit to them that Natty's going out there talking about it, and then Aaliyah beats her in 3 seconds, 3.717 seconds, I think is what the time was, and ends up a new Guinness World Record by the shortest match in WWE history. So I just think it's cool that like Natty kind of give credit where it's due. Natty kind of created this out there on Twitter, and now like she has like this assistant that's writing her tweets for her and stuff. Now they need to find somebody to be that assistant on the screen with her.
Exactly.
But I think it's like a good start to this. Maybe something finally relevant for Natty, some kind of storyline that could go. And SmackDown was actually decent this past week.
Yeah,
I did watch it. And not only that, but Lita made a return, gave a pretty nice quick twist of fate for. I mean, the last time we saw her, she was in the Royal Rumble and she did a moonsault off
for a minute.
Yeah, but she did the moonsault off the second rope, and I thought she was going to break her neck again because she was like so close to hitting the ring with her head.
Right.
So I was a little worried about her being back because you don't see her like doing too much in the wrestling world. And she gave a nice little twist of fate to Charlotte.
Yeah, and Charlotte, Charlotte with the good sell. Charlotte looking like Celine Dion out here, and
that meme, I was dying
because
she's looking
spot
terrible.
On.
Yeah,
it's spot on. That's the problem with the meme. Like, yeah, it's correct.
Yeah.
No, and that's another Rumble match I'm not ready to call. Like, there's so much that could happen in the women's Rumble.
Yeah, I'm thinking though, like I kind of mentioned it last week, that Liv Morgan, I think, is my favorite to win right now. If I had to pick one person right now to win the women's Rumble, it would be Liv Morgan.
And it's like, and that's one of my spots here is like it's starting to look like it in the like how the stories are going, but kind of like what we're talking about now though, maybe it's looking too much like
right.
So I think they've caught on. It's basically, so I'm trying to tell everybody, and you guys can come back to our show and give us comments when you guys see this happen, but I'm trying to tell you, I think this is the new kayfabe. I think they know now, like in both companies, know, like, okay, there is like with all the social media, everybody having a camera in their pocket and everything. Like the way kayfabe was done back in the day, you can't do it anymore. Like even if you wanted to, you can't do it.
Right,
it's dead. So why not in your show on purpose, like to kind of to make everybody's gaze go another way, kind of break the fourth wall, quote unquote, but break it the way you want to, like in the direction you want it to go. Use your social media like again, I think half of these people that say that they didn't like it in WWE, I think it's part of it. I think that's part of the story. Yeah. it's like so that because that's part of AEW's thing. It's like, okay, if we get the WWE guy and get him to say this, that's gonna bring that fan over here.
Right.
Like that fan that thinks that Vince McMahon just made it this hellhole. And so they're gonna come and watch our show from him saying that. I'm telling you, this is the new kayfabe. Like this is how they're gonna do it. This is the kayfabe now, and I think we're all being worked. And some people are just religiously like they're way too religiously falling for it.
I would not be shocked, like with the dirt sheets and everything. Like they, like you said, man, I think they know that we're on to them, they're on to us.
Yes.
So they're gonna put something out there and then pull it right back in. And yeah, now that you say that, like I wouldn't be surprised if Bruce Pritchard and Vince are laughing over some
their ass off.
some high protein meal, they're like, we're gonna call him Gunther. Watch this.
Yeah, and they're gonna go crazy and then watch the show. Yeah.
Yep.
So
John Moxley's back, got a fan kicked out of AEW. Man,
good for him.
That crowd tonight though was like, my kid had hockey practice. I didn't see all of AEW, but that crowd tonight was like, Lance Archer was having issues with the crowd.
Yes,
and
he was.
Tony Schiavone tried to play it off that he was talking to what's his name outside the ring.
No.
And yeah, and I'm like, he wasn't even looking at him, dude. Like Dan Garcia, it was like on the other side.
Right.
Like or Dan Lambert, sorry. Dan Lambert is on the other side of the ring. Like, nice try there, Tony Schiavone, but no.
No, he was dealing with the crowd.
Yeah, it's just man, like let the guy have his moment. Why do you got to be a piece of shit and try to say something like that? But good for Mox looks good, man. He's looking good. Good for him to get everything figured out and and do what he had to do and come back looking sharp.
Yes. No, Mox belongs in the ring like that and on a microphone. I'm glad to see him back. Stay focused and kick some ass. Get in there and kick some ass.
Yeah, right on.
And then so like my points are all on the AEW show that we saw like on tonight's recording. I saw tonight. I'm gonna start with Cody's promo.
No, here we go.
And
here we go.
Now, so what we were just talking about with breaking the fourth wall and or making it seeming like you're breaking the fourth wall, but it's part of the act. And I'm telling you folks, if you haven't seen this show already, the Amazon show, The Boys, his character is Homelander. That's what he's doing. He's Homelander. Homelander is a good guy. He's a bad guy that thinks he's a good guy. He doesn't walk through the heel tunnel nor the babyface tunnel. He walks in the middle. I'm telling you, this is what's he's I don't think he's that great in ring. There's too many mistakes that have happened in his matches where I'm I don't like his matches, but I'm telling you, for the character, what he's doing though, this is what he's doing. It's all on he's mentioning WWE and everything on purpose. That's it's playing with it's almost like them mentioning WWE at this point is like a heel coming in and saying this city sucks, city X sucks on the mic.
Is a great point. That's a great point, man.
Telling you, this is the new era where they're going to use our emotions that they know we're having online in the show. Now we are part of the show. I heard the way we keep we're all these people thinking that they're gatekeepers and all this of wrestling. They're using you, and now you're part of the show in the promo.
Yep. I guess what I'm having a problem with, I mean, he like you said, him bringing up WWE is like him trying to get cheap heat or whatever.
Yes.
Because it's working. Everybody's like, oh, they're living rent free in his head, including myself. I'm saying the same thing.
Right.
And where was I going with that? I just completely lost my train of thought. God damn it. I had a great thought and I just lost it. Great radio here. Great podcasting here.
You want me to do the third thought and then maybe come back?
Go ahead. I lost it. It's gone. So sorry, guys.
That's
broadcast
all right.
journalist here.
If it comes back, it will come back.
If it comes, it comes.
So the main event tonight was Acclaim versus Sting and Darby Allin.
Good for the Acclaimed. Our boy Max Caster.
Friend of the show, Max Caster.
Oh, hold up. I figured out what I was going to say, or I remembered what I was going to say. What's driving me nuts about the whole wrestling community, it's not just AEW fans. It's not just WWE fans. It's like, if you like one, you don't have to hate the other.
Correct.
Watch what you like and enjoy it and shut the fuck up. Everybody just shut the fuck up. Just like what you like. Don't try it. It is seriously, like I said this to one of my friends. I said it in a couple of group chats earlier. It is becoming Democrats versus Republicans. Nobody is changing anyone's minds. Just shut up and enjoy what you like. Don't say, oh, the AEW didn't get the ratings in this. Oh, AEW is only 3 years old and WWE is 50 years old. Just shut up and watch what you like and stop trying to get other people to watch what you want to watch, or just let people watch what they want to watch. If people want to drink fucking pumpkin spice coffee in June, let them.
Yeah.
Let them.
They want to wear white after Labor Day, damn it.
Right. There is far bigger things going on in this world than AEW versus WWE. And there's a ton of other good wrestling on. Yes. GCW, I'm not saying GCW is my cup of tea, but that's blowing up right now. We talked about how good Impact is last week. There is other things. Every time I go to a Blitzkrieg show, I'm like, oh my God, it's an independent show. There's botches, there's misses, there's characters you're not going to give a shit about. But I have a fucking blast while I'm there.
It's a damn good time at an indie
show. There is tons of wrestling. It's not just AEW and WWE. End rant. I'm sorry. Like what you like and shut the fuck up. Wow. Angry.
Yeah. So, sorry. And that kind of that's actually a good segue into what I wanted to say about this match. So like you said, Acclaim, Sting, Darby Allin. Sting's almost like he's 70, right? He's pretty much 70. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so just like you just said, like I don't like the thing that I don't like about, just kind of, piggybacking on what you're saying is if this match happened in WWE, like exact same setup, exact same lead up to everything, I feel like I would have AEW, like an AEW person that wants to give me a comment and tell me I'm wrong. But this, like, if we had this exact same setup in WWE, the same promos, the same everything, it just happens to be a WWE show. There would, like, you guys are letting this old guy, be like, what's he, 7-0 now?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so he's undefeated in AEW. The number one contenders to the tag team titles had Sting by himself for the majority of this match and lost.
Mm-hmm.
Now, tell me how that, like, I want to know how that makes sense. I want, like, so does that mean that Sting and Darby Allin are number one contenders? Because that's what I was told when the AEW started. Like, that's how this is going to go.
Yeah.
Like, how does, like, I mean, and Lance Archer is getting a title shot, by the way. Like, Lance Archer just showed up after months of being out, which is, like, I'm glad he came back. Like, great for him. But shouldn't he have, like, a few matches before he comes out and jumps Hangman Page and gets a title shot? Like, I'm just, like, give me, all I'm saying is help me out. Like, so WWE does anything. Like, all they did was change a damn name. And I see all down my newsfeed is about that. This happens in an AEW show. This will not be in my feed. None of that. None of what I just said will be in my feed. I just want to know. Like, help me out. Help me out. Like, help me out with the hypocrisy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like, hey, I'm a Sting fan. I'm glad he won. But I also like Lance. I like the Acclaimed. Like, I think that, like, I want a 2-pack of the Acclaimed in the pink outfits that they had on last week. Okay, so just help me out with that. That's all I'm saying. Like WWE can't do any right. Okay, yeah, yeah. I want to go to a show so I can do that. So I can sit in the front and do that when he comes down the aisle. Okay, so don't tell me I don't like the show. I want to go. I want to do the A's with the Acclaimed. Okay, but just help me out of why that makes sense, and that's okay. But nothing WWE does for you can ever satisfy you. That's all I want to know. Like,
right. And I think that's my frustration at this point is just like the WWE fans are saying all this stuff about AEW, all the same stuff over and over and over again. They have a bunch of AEW or WWE rejects, blah, blah, blah. They're signing everybody, just so they can mid card. And then you have AEW just shitting on everything that AEW fans shitting on everything WWE does, but it's like a double standard. That's what I think where my frustration is, like,
right.
Just like everybody just shut up and watch wrestling and enjoy it, whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I don't like GCW, so I don't watch it. I don't make an attempt to watch it. I I see stuff on Instagram and Twitter and everything about like what they're doing and they're blowing up and good for them, but it's not my cup of tea. I don't want to see guys go through light tubes and stuff like that, but I don't watch it. So I'm not going to complain about it. I watch AEW, I watch WWE, I watch a little bit of NXT here and there. But man, I feel like I need a cigarette after that.
And they got me watching Impact. Like after that pay-per-view, I'm watching Impact.
Yeah, Impact's been good, man. We said it last week, but you wanted to talk a little bit about Brody and Malachi Black, right? From this past week.
I replaced it with Sting and Darby, but just a real quick note. Like, if we want to do a real quick note, I just think they're a badass tag team. That's all I really want to say.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to them.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to say they're really badass. Malachi just, again, I'll say it a million times. Like, the guy, like, that's got to be one of the best kickers in wrestling. Like, I've never seen nobody, like, just pinpoint every time. I've never heard of anybody coming up with a concussion or hurt after a match with him. All I could do is throw my hands up and just like, wow, like, So, because they look hellacious, like the kicks always look hellacious, especially the black mass,
like Gunther's chops.
Right, but that's people really getting jacked up though. You can see
that's true.
You're just taking a shot that night. Like, just get ready. You're taking it.
All right, so that is it for like our 3 things that we pick out every week to talk about weekly shows. Then now we're gonna jump into some news here. Some of the big news of the week was Mustafa Ali asked for his release. Kind of did it publicly through Instagram, posted a video that he's got a bigger message that he wants to share. Interesting note. I hope they do give him his release. WWE said that they were going to grant people their releases as long as they were like, forget how they worded it. They kind of worded it in a weird way. It was like, we're going to grant them their releases as long as we don't have plans for them, I guess, is essentially what the wording was. When we interviewed Matt Raywalt, he said that we're getting the most mileage out of this interview, by the way. I feel like it comes up every episode since we've done it.
Hey, but that's what we wanted, though. That's exactly what we wanted.
Go back to our archives and take a listen. He mentioned, we asked him who his dream opponent would be, and he said that Mustafa Ali would be his opponent, or his dream opponent. So if he gets released, I'm gonna try to watch that match no matter where it is. Like, if I have to subscribe to IWTV or whatever, I will do it. It sounds like it would be a banger. And everybody who has anything to do with anything, once he made this public, has been like, dude, this guy has so much talent that it's a shame if WWE doesn't keep him and try to do something with him. So hopefully it all gets worked out. Hopefully he ends up happy. But I would not mind seeing him at a Blitzkrieg show.
Right. And it might be like, because going by the post, it just seems like, I wonder if it's like something humanitarian or something that he's trying to do, because that's what it seems like when I look at the post. So, and it might just be just flat out like the schedule and everything with WWE, and WWE has their own humanitarian things that they do,
right? That
he can't do the things that he wants in that arena. And that's what it looked like to me when I look at the post. So, like you said, I hope, I'd like it to work out for both parties. Like, there's no reason why this can't work out for both parties. And
right. Then we got WWE issued a statement on AEW's women's street fight. This I didn't like this, because I always say, like, like we just talked about, WWE is living rent free in AEW's head.
Right.
I feel like WWE never responds to anything AEW does.
Yeah.
And like Tony Khan's out here, we're like on a weekly radio show just talking shit, and then WWE isn't really saying anything. So I also thought it was weird that they said what they said about the women's street fight there, but then like, okay, but we're gonna have Rey Mysterio get his eye pulled out, and Randy Orton's gonna set the Fiend on fire.
Correct.
Like WWE's had its own
amongst
moments.
others, yeah.
Right, we're with mutilating other people. So I just thought it was a weird stance, a weird flex, if you will.
Yeah, I think whoever the publicist that wrote this, like you said, it doesn't sound right. Because there's definitely color on WWE programming. In fact, I kind of,
but it happens.
Yeah, and I kind of like that it happened. Like, it's like an occasion when there's color. Like, there's a moment there where there's color, not just because they're having an hour match.
Right.
So I'm gonna say it, like, just because two guys are having an hour match does not mean that both guys need color. I'm just like, it's not necessary.
Right. We talked about that street fight last week, or the week before. We talked about it after it happened.
Right.
It wasn't great.
No, it was like that. Like, if anybody, and trust me, this is a fun, like, whether you're an AEW fan or not, a fun Instagram page to follow is AEW Botches.
Yeah.
And this match, almost the whole match is on their page, because it was not good.
And I love Ty Connie. I love Ty Connie. I love Anna Jay.
Big ups to Barrio Toys. I'm gonna be out there to meet Ty.
I'm a little jealous of that, to be honest with you. But Elimination Chamber could be getting a name change, and it could be taking place in Saudi Arabia. I don't know if using the word chamber is the best look for being in Saudi Arabia.
Name change.
Well, yeah, exactly. So it's all rumors right now, but we'll see what happens. Oh, you know what? It might be official now. It is. It's on WWE .com. WWE to return to Jeddah for WWE Elimination Chamber on February 19th.
Wow. That's next month.
Yeah, that's coming up soon. So wrestle like
I like elimination. That's one I do like Elimination Chamber.
I hope it's not like the last time they did one of these Saudi shows, we talked about it, and it was just like a glorified house show. Mm-hmm. And I hope, obviously, if they're making it a pay-per-view, that means it's going to be on at like noon, which is weird. Or 1 o'clock in the afternoon or whatever. But I hope,
which I didn't mind it being a house show like that. I didn't
right. But with it being like Elimination Chamber, I hope
this has got to be you give me a pay-per-view type card here. Like
exactly. And there's got to be big things happening on it. February 19th is a Saturday. That's actually President's Day weekend. So
then maybe that's good planning, because it's like, okay, so something coming on at noon for us on a Saturday, especially on that weekend, it won't be as bad.
Like, right. I think the Super Bowl will be over by then too. Like,
I believe so.
The only other thing
going next week, I think that's the week after.
Yeah, I think this would be the week after. Yep. The only thing going on that weekend, like sports wise, is the Daytona 500. So, and like the end of college basketball season. So yeah, that's actually not a bad move by WWE to put it on another Saturday pay-per-view too.
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah. What else we got here? We got this was like the biggest bogus news of the week, that Cody is a free agent, and like it's just like, are you kidding me? This is a lot to do about nothing. Like that, I felt like that was like the epitome of a lot to do about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Just
no, I didn't get why that was even published. To be honest with you, like I mean, there was other people that have been like another. So again, going back with kind of double standards here. Like there are people that contracts have run out in AEW and they're no longer all elite, and we don't hear about that, so and then all of a sudden Cody's comes around and that's news,
right? And it's been, I guess his contract's been expired for a while now, so but who cares? Becky is the next guest on Broken Skull Sessions with Stone Cold. That's going to debut next Friday, January 28th. That's going to be good. I mean, these are never bad unless Goldberg's on. They're all good. They're all good.
Right.
Then there's rumors. So this is going to be announced. We're obviously recording on Wednesday, like we have been. This is going to be officially announced tomorrow on Thursday. Mm-hmm. Rey Mysterio is allegedly going to be on the cover of 2K. 22. Right. We could be wrong because it's all rumor and innuendo at the moment, but then there's also a rumor going around that there's going to be an NWO for life.
Yes,
as I show off my hoodie, version of WWE 2K with my faction cards of Hollywood, Hall, Nash, Six, and Eric Bischoff, and 2 NWO arenas. That would be cool.
I think I would get that version.
Yeah, I think I would get the NWO version for sure. I'm actually really nervous about this game because 20 was so bad. 19 is like the most replayable game because all the downloaded stuff, the roster is stacked.
Correct.
Like really the only thing that roster is missing is Hulk Hogan and Mick Foley. They're the only two that aren't in that game that I wish were. That like you can't really find good versions of them in the download thing. But I'm really hoping with like all the roster issues and stuff, the releases and stuff like that, I'm really hoping that this game is good.
Well, looking at the trailer, because I've watched a couple of YouTubes today that had that where they slowed the like the person on YouTube slowed it down, and there was gameplay in the trailer. It looked really good. Like the physics and everything look like it's working. The entrances were great. And we got the next gen graphics. I'm just really like, so for me, like the only thing I'm worried about, to be honest, after seeing the trailer, is the game, the options, like my faction, like what's that going to be like, my career.
Yeah.
I like playing universe mode and doing all kinds of crazy stuff in my own wrestling universe. And
yeah.
And of course there's like my career, like let's see how that goes. I get passionate about my character. so and then like this my faction, like it looks like, is it going to be, it sounds like it's going to be like my those games where the sports games where you get the cards, and if you have the card of whoever, they get to be on your team. That's what I think my faction is going to be. That's what it seems like.
Oh, okay. It's good. Yeah. I never play those.
I only time I ever played it was, let's see, what is that? 2K17. Like, so the Kobe's on the cover of that one. I got the collector edition of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got the card. So I started off with a Kobe, 99 card, right?
Yep.
So it didn't matter what other cards I got. I was going to have a good team. So something like this, if you're getting the For Life version, it sounds like you could start your faction with the NWO.
That's a problem for me, is like, if I'm playing that on like the show or Madden, it's like you start out with all these scrubs and you got to try to build it up. And I'm just like,
exactly.
I ain't got time for that.
68 overall cards.
Yeah. I ain't got time for that. Same thing with like NHL. I'm like, I'm playing with all these minor league guys.
The 10-day contract guys.
Right. I'd rather do a fantasy draft and pick all the guys I want. But
right.
But Raw ratings did good. This was the last piece of news I had. Raw ratings actually did pretty well, considering they went against the NFL playoffs, which we'll get into a little bit later on. Where is the actual article that I had? Raw rating. This is from Cage Side Seats. Raw ratings, and then in parentheses it says checks notes rise against NFL playoff game. And this isn't like throw it in your face. This is just like, hey, WWE's obviously been struggling. Good for them to go up against a playoff game on Monday, January 17th, and do good. Surprise, Raw's audience was virtually unchanged from the previous week. Monday night's 1.613 million, just 1% less than January 10th. So that's good.
When was the Steeler game?
That was Sunday night.
Okay. There was no Monday, or wasn't it the Cardinals and Rams?
Monday was Cardinals and Rams. That's what it went up against.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that game was a blowout after the first quarter. So,
yeah, sure.
I mean, just like I feel like every game was this weekend, including the Patriots. But we'll talk about it. Talk about that in a little bit in Falls Count Anywhere. But other than that, DJ, I think that's it for news for this week and the week in wrestling. You got anything else?
No, I think we beat that tree.
Yeah. I don't really hate wrestling, guys. I don't really hate wrestling, and I'm sorry I got so mad and patient and passionate there
wrestling and sit down and shut up
a little while ago. But you guys listen to a couple quick commercials. We're gonna take a pee, not together. That'd be weird, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. That's right, guys. It's time for Walk That Toy Aisle. It is brought to you by brand new sponsor, WrestlingCollectorShop.com. You can use the code RUN10 for 10% off any order. Or if you spend over $100, you can use the code RUN100 and you'll get a free elite. It's a free random elite, but it's still a free elite. And their shop has been awesome. I got stuff in from them today that we'll talk about in weekly purchases. Elite 92 is in stock. Charlotte and Fiend are very close to being sold out. So if you haven't jumped on those yet, make sure you do. I believe the Adam Cole Chase is sold out.
How about that? I think he gone.
From that set, the regular is still there. But I believe that the Chase is sold out. I'm on the shop right now. Elite 92. Yes, he is sold out. And what's great about their shop, though, is like if you don't want to spend the money on the mint on card ones, they they literally will open one up for you and send it to you for a little bit cheaper.
Oh, there we go.
With all the accessories complete and everything like that. Right now they got Flair, Scarlett, Ray, and Adam Cole all on their website loose for just a little bit cheaper. I did that with the Shawn Michaels WrestleMania figure last week. I got that from them, and I just went with the loose one. I was like, why not? I don't necessarily need to spend the extra on this figure to keep it MOC. So
right.
WrestlingCollectorShop.com, guys, use that code RUN10, save 10% off. Or if you use it, if you spend over $100, you can use the code RUN100 and get yourself a free Elite. If you do use that code, either one of them, screenshot it, send it to us, and we will we'll give you a shout out on the pod. Tag us on Twitter, tag us on Instagram. We'll give you a shout out here on the show if you use those either of those codes. One other update from actually two other updates from them. Their new top picks are in. That's The Rock, Undertaker, and Rey Mysterio. They say The Rock is the most popular by far, and then Ultimate Edition 12 is up for pre-order now. That is, I believe that's The Fiend, and I'm going to it right now. Ultimate Edition 12. Yes, that is The Fiend, which we have not seen real pictures of yet, and Alexa Bliss, both there in Ultimate Edition Series 12. You can pre-order those now right on the website. They will ship in March, according to the website, as of right now. So, WrestlingCollectorShop.com. Hit them up, and they are awesome with giving us the giveaways. They've got that awesome rewards program that you can join as well. Save yourself even more money.
Exactly.
So, let's see here. What do we got for news for this week in the world of toys? Well, Jack from Figure Collections, he has sent me over some news about the bone crunching wrestlers and bone crushing wrestlers. Sorry. Dollar in the swear jar. And the first update is that Blue Meanie, we got mint on card pictures of Blue Meanie this week.
Yes, we do. And I love how it looks exactly.
I was just going to say, how good does you as a bone crunching guy, how does that look? Like, did that just hit you right in the nostalgia?
It did. It's almost exactly. I mean, I can't even. I'm saying almost just to say that. Like, I can't even really pick out like how it differs from the original. Put it that way.
It really is. Like, I feel like there's the only difference is that there's no WWF logo. Like, that's the only thing that looks different on the card. Yeah, I'm not even like we've talked about it before. I'm not a huge BCA guy. Well, these BCWs, man, are looking great. Blue Meanie will be available for pre-order this Saturday, January 22nd, $39.99, free shipping for U.S. customers, and you can save 10% by using the code RUNIN, no matter where you're buying the BCW figures from. That's right. The pre-order is going to be available at shop.figurecollections.com and cellatoys.net if you live in the UK and don't want to spend an arm and a leg for shipping. So there you go. And Adam Bomb is pushed back just a little bit because they want to get him right. There was a few minor details that they wanted to just iron out before they put the pre-order up. So they want to have everything just right before they throw it up there for pre-order. So Blue Meanie available this Saturday, the 22nd. Adam Bomb coming very, very, very shortly. This week we saw the next wave which will be the last wave actually of the WWE Elite Hollywood figures. I'm not into any of these. I thought this was such a weird line to begin with. But it's The Rock as Matthias from the Scorpion King, Roman Reigns from Mateo Hobbs from Hobbs and Shaw, and Andre the Giant as Bigfoot from the $6 million man.
$6 million.
Yeah.
Which will be the tag warmer of that one.
Yeah, people like that one, but I'm not grabbing any of these. Any for you?
I'll get the Rock one. I'll get the Scorpion King. I have the Rock from Hobbs and Shaw. I am looking for being. I know it's gonna be hard, but I'm looking for Ratty.
Yeah.
But that's about that's probably just be Rock.
I'm looking at the pictures of the Rock. It looks great.
Yeah,
I've actually never seen the Scorpion King, to be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. Out of those three movies that I just showed or spoke of, I've never seen any of them. So
You haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw?
nope.
It's a fun one. Like it's they got the Fast and Furious physics going on.
That's where the Cena one is from too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like I don't think you needed that many from that movie.
Yeah, but they're limited to like what they can do. I think they can only do Universal movies.
I see.
Which is like such a weird thing. Like, why do this line then? You know what I mean? Like, you got two waves.
Why didn't they have them at Universal Studios then? now
right?
I'm mad.
And six figures. Like, I feel like if you're really gonna do this line, there's so many other lines you could do, or movies you could do.
Right.
But, oh well. Pics of the Undertaker ringside exclusive were shown off this week as well. This is an easy pass for me. The thing that makes it cool to me is the straps come down on his singlet.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes with WCW tag belts that like the Outsiders should have.
Right.
But other than that, man, this is an easy pass for me. I don't even know if I was watching at this time. Like, I don't remember this version of the Undertaker at all. I mean, it's American Badass Undertaker, but I don't remember him with the WCW title and stuff like that.
Yeah, he and Kane, I believe, unified them at one point.
Yeah, I think this is it. It's from SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Like 2002, maybe 2001.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go back and watch it.
SummerSlam, I think, was unifying titles, right?
Yeah. But I mean, it's
they went against DDP and
it's a good. Yeah, I forget who they went up against.
Yep.
I do want to go back and watch it, but I like that the straps come down. Hopefully, they'll make you could get like Kurt Angle like that, Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
Brett. You could get a Brett with the straps down.
Yep.
And it's got the BSK tattoo, which is this is the first Undertaker figure with the BSK tattoo. Then we got what else we got here? This was a little kick in the you know what? Walmart sent me an email this morning.
Oh boy.
Delaying the sorry, I'm trying to find the email.
Honky Tonk Man.
Yes, thank you. Honky Tonk Man and Hollywood Hulk Hogan from the Superstars line.
Listen, you'll find it in the store first, probably.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at this point with Target and Walmart pre-orders, I'm just pre-ordering if I can. And if I find it in the store, I'll cancel the pre-order. But listen to this estimated arriving date now.
Okay.
Saturday, January 22nd, or one item now arriving between Saturday, January 22nd, and Tuesday, April 19th. Nailed it, Walmart. That's for both. That's for each one of them. Hollywood Hogan and Honky Tonk Man. Still looking for that Ric Flair. If you find that Ric Flair, let me know. I kind of want to get one mint on card just because it's such an old school.
I like
package.
The card. Yeah. I like the card.
And I want one to open. So I think I need 2 of the Ric Flairs. But other than that, I think I'm good. Gotcha. And then Andre the Giant is getting a brand new Super 7 figure. This is I don't have the picture pulled up right away. I thought I did. But it's yellow trunks Andre the Giant. There it is.
I remember that. This
is actually kind of a boring Andre the Giant. And then the face, it's 1986 Andre the Giant Ultimates. You can pre-order yesterday at 1 p.m. at preorder.super7store.com. Let me say this about Super 7. They do great jobs with the cartoons, but human beings they do not do a great job with. I was not impressed with the Major Brothers figures. The face on this Andre the Giant is just weird. Have you seen it, DJ? Or you mean
share my screen? I'm looking at it right. Or you can share your screen. Yeah, I was looking it up, but yeah, that would be faster.
All right, let me go here. Here it is. Look at the face, dude. Like it doesn't even look like him.
No. I would say from the nose down, that doesn't really look like him. They got the eyebrows. They got the eyebrow and kind of how his forehead was and how his eyebrows kind of came out over, came out over his eyes.
Yeah. Oh my God. Somebody said it looked like Festus in the in the comments.
But after that, that's it. Like after that, it's off.
Yeah, this is that's an easy pass for me for sure.
I think
like I said, it's a lot of money too, like $55 because it's one of the ultimates. For him to literally come with a beer can and some extra hands as an accessory. Like they didn't give him anything. The extra head, a beer can, and extra hands.
WrestleMania 3 one I have of Andre. I think that's a good memory for me. I got with him on the cart. I'm good.
Yeah, I got the Bobby Heenan 2-pack or the Heenan family pack one. And then I got the Giant Machine, and I have the first one where he's got like the frayed vest on there.
Right.
And that's it for me for Andre the Giant. I don't need another Andre the Giant, to be honest. He's not toyetic. Like I love Andre the Giant, but he is not toyetic.
Oh, this is definitely going after, like, there are folks that are a little bit older than us, like even me, that are total Andre the Giant fans.
Yeah.
And that's who they're going for with these.
Unmatched Collection 3, that is John Silver, Evil Uno, Anna Jay, Stu Grayson, and Brody Lee, all up for pre-order at Wrestling Figure or Ringside Collectibles. I was gonna say wrestlingfigures.com because that's what I was reading.
That's yeah.
You can use the Kenny's code there to call up to save 10%. I ordered Brody Lee as soon as I saw that this was up.
Same.
A little expensive. But and then I was listening to the Major Brothers podcast today. They brought up a great point. This set is coming with Upper Deck AEW cards, and they think that's going to make this even harder to find in stores because card collectors are going to want these figures. So I was kind of like, you know what? I kept saying I was going to order Brody as soon as he went up for pre-order, and I'm glad that I did.
Yeah,
even though it was a little bit expensive, a little bit more than I really wanted to pay, but just to know that I have it coming at some point, with the reassurance and everything like that, that's worth it. And not being crazy about like card guys, maybe ripping the packages open to take the cards out and stuff, repacking, stuff like that. All the stuff you'd have to worry about with that going on. So just another, and I was saying to actually John James, I was talking to him today, a friend of the show and Patreon member, and I was just telling him that I don't see a lot of AEW figures in my area, especially ones that people want, and that's going to be obviously the main one for this set. So I was just like, you know what, I would much rather give Wrestling Collector Shop my money. They don't have AEW figures yet, so Ringside it is for now to guarantee that I'll get it.
Right. Yeah, Brody's going to be tough. So, folks, I would say just even listening to us now, while you're listening to us, I would go ahead and click on it and do it. Because, yeah, like you said, it's 33 without before the code.
Yep.
Ringside knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Yeah. Use Kenny's code to call up.
Yeah. No, do it now. It says mid-February, so at least you're gonna get your payoff pretty quickly here on that. So at least you're not waiting until like the summer or something.
Right. And then that was really it for wrestling figure news. Talking with Jack from Figure Collections, man. Slow news because it's Chinese New Year. They're taking they get a whole month off. So not a whole lot going on outside of the world of wrestling. I know G.I. Joe is doing a Hasbro Pulse Fan First Friday. That is on their Facebook page. So go follow Hasbro Pulse. You've got on here McFarlane Future State Batman. I don't know what that is. I did not see that.
Well, I mean, like I'm staying true to
I see it.
My saying, hey, I'm gonna get on my collections outside of wrestling.
Yep.
Which when we get to the weekly purchases, I definitely did this week. But yeah, so that's the new right now for pre-order. You can go to Entertainment Earth is one place you can definitely you'll see right away. And this guy this particular Batman, I just thought the future it looks great. If you want to take a quick look, he's called Future State. They come out March 22nd.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. It is pretty cool. $19.99, not bad.
Yeah, they're $20. You know, like not like the figure I'm gonna show later, like that.
Oh
This
yeah,
one
these
is
are
not
the this is the McFarlane DC wave. It's GameStop
correct.
has it, Entertainment Earth. You'll probably be able to find it in Target.
Yep.
Target
So if you
seems to
want to
have those.
pre-order,
Yeah, Target seems to have a huge. I don't
yeah,
like.
no,
I don't pay.
yeah, you can probably get these pretty easily, but sometimes the good looking ones though are they go like
Yeah,
you like once you see it, you do need to pick it up. But if you're collecting this, but yeah, McFarlane is like, I think he's got another niche here because like the sport thing I think kind of died, like you said,
yep.
like we talked about before. But so I think going back to his roots with Batman here, I think he's doing a good job.
He's still making Mortal Kombat figures too.
Yeah.
Jack Slime from Figure Collections is big into those. I have the McFarlane Superman and the McFarlane Harley Quinn, like from the first wave. They're great. They're made incredible. Do I have the no? Do I have? I might have Joker. The Joker that I have might be from McFarlane too. I can't remember off the top of my head because he's packed away right now.
The Batman Beyond back there is from McFarlane. Yeah.
Nice. And then NECA showed off pictures of their collaboration with Universal Studios Monsters. And they showed off Leo as the Hunchback. They did a good job with these. These aren't for me, but they did a good job with these, man. This looks great.
If you go to Entertainment Earth has all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize they had all been released yet.
So let's see. So while we're
$35,
right?
It's not bad, not bad.
Because you got Leo with that, right? And then you have, I think Raph is
he's like Frankenstein,
right?
I'm just gonna do this here. I don't know if they announced who Michelangelo and Donatello were yet, though.
Well, I saw those two, and then maybe I got excited and thought it was.
Those are the only two right now. Is
okay.
Raph and Leo. Raph as Frankenstein, and then Leonardo as the Hunchback, which I guess his shell opens up and everything. They do look pretty cool. They're just, I'm not a monster guy. They're not for me. But they look cool. $34.99 at Entertainment Earth. Yeah. We'll talk about turtles here in just a little bit, DJ. Okay. I've got I might have some of our listeners a little shook here in a few minutes. A scam was brought to my attention this past weekend. Arcade 1-Up. There was a website going around that looked just like Arcade 1-Up's, and actually up until like today, I was even like scrolling Facebook and it came up as an ad, and I clicked it, and I was like, this looks just like Arcade 1-Up's website. Arcade 1-Up was in the name. Arcade 1-Up actually put out a statement about this, saying like, only order from our site or our partners like Walmart, Amazon, Target. It's actually arcade1up.us is the scam site. So don't go to that. But somebody sent it to me. They're like, yo, is this legit? And I'm like, let me look. And NBA Jam was on there for $95.
Oh, anything too good to be true.
You know what though? Like, because people have found those at Walmart for like $100.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, like I'll use PayPal, so at least I'm like protected, right? So I went on, I started to check out, and then I got to like one page and I scrolled all the way to the bottom, and there was like all this Chinese writing, and I was just like, nope, I'm out. Like, I don't care if it's $95 or not. That's out.
Sketch. Yeah,
and then like I sent it to one of my buddies who is he's like a Arcade 1-Up aficionado, and he's like, yeah, dude, there's no way that's 100% like legit. And then Arcade 1-Up actually put a statement out, I think it was Tuesday, saying like, don't buy from anywhere other than like the links on our site, which is like Target, Walmart, Amazon, Best Buy, like stuff like that. Like only buy from an actual distributor of their products. So just a heads up to everybody on that. So and then as we continue here through the Walk the Toy Aisle, before we get to weekly purchases, I would like to officially announce the 2022 Tommy Pairodice Purge. It is coming. I sent our inner circle a video of my guest room.
Insert Purge music, like right there.
Here's what it comes down to. I'm like looking around and I'm just like, I love most of the stuff that I have, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I have a lot of fucking stuff. A lot of stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work into the quality over quantity. Like, why do I need 3 different Kane figures? Why do I need 3 different Razor Ramon figures where he's just wearing different, like, pick one, get rid of the other one.
Yeah.
You know, like, I have figures we might have talked about this on the pod previously, where like my first real wrestling memories are like WrestleMania 3. And I have figures from before that, and I'm like, why do I have figures from before WrestleMania 3 if I don't remember? Like, why do I have Don Morocco wrestling figure? I don't really remember any of his matches. They don't have any sentimental value to me or anything like that. Giant Machine, we just talked about him. Like, why? I don't remember the whole. Like, I've watched videos of it like now, but like going back, I'm not like, oh my god, that was the most fun I've ever had watching wrestling.
Yeah, right.
The Ninja Turtles, as we're doing the Patreon thing where we're rewatching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, patreon.com/run-in-pod if you guys want to take part in the rerun run-in podcast. Like, I have all these cartoon Ninja Turtle figures, and I'm like, I don't need all of these. Like, why don't I just have the 4 turtles, Splinter, like the main characters, the core characters.
Yep.
Same thing like Star Wars. Like, I don't need every little droid or every droid that was in the movie. And I don't like this just kind of happened. Like, it just kind of spiraled where I was like, I gotta get every flashback wrestling figure. You know, and then I'm making excuses like, oh, I need this John Cena because I remember, like, how can I have a wrestling figure without John Cena? Like, I have 2 Stone Cold Steve Austins. Why do you really need more than 1 Stone Cold Steve Austin? There's certain guys obviously that you need more than one of, like different attire, stuff like that. Ric Flair, I'm always gonna have a huge Ric Flair collection.
Exactly.
Bret Hart, you know, he was one of my favorites, and I have, you know, different versions of him. Ultimate Warrior, obviously. But
obviously.
Yeah,
and like Sean, Sean's had such great ring gear. You gotta have more than one.
I'm trying to like, I'm looking at my figs right now, and I'm trying to find like a good example of like, why do I need 2 versions of this guy?
Well, you sold me Rocky.
Yep.
Because since I have a Rock thing going, like that made sense for me and didn't make sense for you. Things like that. Like, you know, you sold me the Mr. T because it's like, okay, you more remembered
the boxing match
than you did. See, I remember WrestleMania 1.
Yeah.
So so that made more sense. So so now you see why, like, that's why I collect on emotion.
Yeah,
like on the emotional attachment. You're seeing it. Like, that's
absolutely. And like, I love G.I. Joe. I love G.I. Joe as a kid, but I don't think I love the G.I. Joe classified figures as much as I thought I did. So I think those are going to go up for sale. I think
it's only the characters for me. Like, so I just want, like, now all I really need, like, so I don't even have that many, and all I need to complete what I wanted to complete here is a color changing Zartan, and then I'm good.
Yeah. I might keep like a Snake Eyes or a Cobra Commander.
Snake Eyes still a dope figure.
I'm gonna keep one G.I. Joe classified. I just have to figure out which one. It might be Cobra Commander. But I think I'm going to get rid of the rest. Even the retros, that G.I. Joe retros, I think I'm going to unload. And the vehicles and everything. Like, I don't have
vehicles and all.
Yeah. So it's just time. I have real Ghostbusters stuff that it's time to get rid of. It's just time, man. It's time to kind of downsize and unload some of this stuff. I have 2 diesels. I don't know why I have 2 diesels.
And then another one coming.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. So if you guys are looking for anything particular, hit me up and I'll see if I have it for sale, but or I'm looking to get rid of it. Yeah, like I have 2 Christians. Like I liked Brood Christian, but like I liked Edge and Christian tag team more. You know, like there's just stuff like that.
And then you have the Edge that just came, or it's coming out, or just came out with the Elite, where he's basically in the tag team gear.
That's the next Legends wave. So that's not out yet, but it's coming. I have 1, 2, 3 different $1 million mans. I don't need that many $1 million mans. You know, it's just like, yeah, it's just
all you really need is that silver suit one, and that's.
See, for me, I need the. I was just thinking about that while we were recording here. I'm like looking over there, and I'm like, all I really need is the black suit one.
Well, but that goes with the crew, right? That you have, like, you have silver suit, that, and then Virgil, correct?
Yeah,
it's in Virgil and silver. So that's why I said
Virgil
silver.
is in silver. Yep. So I got some cuts to make. So stay tuned. Hasbro's, I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep the Hasbro's going.
No, you got, that's
gonna keep like random miscellaneous stuff. Yeah, that's the big news this week is the Tommy Pairodice Purge of 2022. We'll see. It's tough, but it's gonna happen. It's got to happen.
Get a little pocket change while you're
exactly. But I know you had a big week of weekly purchases. We'll go the complete opposite direction here and talk about what we bought this week.
All right.
Because I'm going to sound like an oxymoron. Yeah, I'm getting rid of all this stuff, but I also bought all this.
And then
stuff.
I bought.
But yeah, some of the Ninja Turtle stuff is going to be gone. The cartoon Ninja Turtle, even the cartoons.
Wow.
Like I'm just going to stick to the main core characters and get rid of some of the rest. So, but yeah, DJ man, why don't you kick us off? Talk about Stockton Con, man.
Yeah, let's talk about Stockton Con. So it's a Comic-Con that was right here in California in Stockton. Like it's about an hour drive south from where I am. Nice. It's a nice town. Right next to, like, they have an arena. Like I should have taken a picture of the banner of the hockey team that plays there, because I'm wondering if they play.
Stockton might be an AHL, which is we go see an AHL team.
That's what I mean.
All the time. Stockton Flames?
I just saw they had, like, I was like, oh, they play here. Like, so
Stockton Heat.
There it is.
Yep, so they are in there. They're in the AHL.
There it is. So yeah, it was in their arena. On my on our Instagrams, you can see like photos of, I took a picture of the floor while I was standing in, like, it's above the arena. That's where they had the meet and greets. So I was standing in line. So I was so happy that I pre-ordered the ticket for Penta, because it's a totally different experience when you pre-order, because there were two different lines. Yep. Penta, great guy. Had fun with them. I wish I was ready to buy one. Like, it was $200, and he had all of the like the authentic his masks. And he had the Joker one even. Oh man! And I was just that was the only thing I was really like in my, like, not with him, like, I know that's what that mask is worth. I'm not disappointed with him, but just that I wasn't ready for it. But now I know, like okay, if I see Penta again, have that ready, because I do want that Joker mask. That's a dope mask. So I got my good picture, my black and gold Penta signed. And I'm pretty happy with that, because I realized that my Ray Phoenix figure is also the black and gold. Nice. So now I have that tag team signed. So nice. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm like, that's a pretty good deal, I think. Now let's go with, like, so I'll start my weekly purchases of what I got at Stockton Con. So how you can kind of, get a deal there, right? So of course. So I found these figures. They so it's only a set of 2 so far for this show. He wanted $30 each, and I said, look, I'll take them both off of you for $50. And he went, like, people were trying to move product there, right? So he went with it. So it's the Amazon show of the Invincible. Nice. And I got both Invincible and Pops.
Those are cool looking. Yeah. I feel like I saw those just recently. Target, maybe?
I'm not sure what store sells. Like that's why I was like, I've not seen I haven't seen these anywhere. So I was just like, okay, I'm getting this, So yeah. So I got both of them. And then I saw like an alert go up that, like, one of the like we were talking about McFarlane Batman, and I saw an alert go up for Target that they're like, this is on sale. It's not going to be on the floor. You need to just like, if you want this, you need to order. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So it is like the McFarlane.
Damn, that thing's huge.
So gold label collector edition of like it's like a whole scene here with like the McFarlane, cape going in the wind, like in Batman in a graveyard. A whole, like you said, it's huge. Like it's wider than it's wider than a laptop. Like put it that way. But this is McFarlane, highly detailed figure, like the Batman in the McFarlane way of drawing him. I am very satisfied with this. Like it's $50, but I'm very satisfied with this figure.
Yep. Are you gonna open that?
That is what I'm debating. I'll even put that up for give me some comments on that. Like I honestly I don't know.
I was asking because that would be great Patreon stuff, content to do an unboxing. Not to pressure you into doing it, but
sure. No, I can go either way. Like I can go either way. I don't feel like I'm going to sell that.
Yep.
Because I really like that figure. But also the packaging, like the way it looks in the packaging is just so dope. Like it's hard. Right. They make it hard to open this stuff when they look so good in the packaging.
Yep. Yeah. It's
and I'm not really buying two of them. Like so.
Yeah, man, that thing looks awesome. I've seen that popping up here and there and people posting about it and stuff. And I've been like on the fence about it. And obviously with my, like what we just talked about, I'm like, yeah. Well, so I'm like, I'm going to pass.
I think this would look good in the room. Like, I'll just say that. This one is like, I mean, I don't think toyetic is even a strong enough word for like, this is my early entry into like the figure of the year for 2022. Put it that way.
That thing's awesome. That thing is awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Anything else?
That was my stuff along with my photo and autograph.
Nice. All right. So for me, DJ, I got something from you. DJ hooked me up a couple weeks ago with one of the Hasbros I needed. I got Skinner. And he's working. He's in great shape, actually.
Yeah.
Not bad for $20.
Right.
So because some of the Hasbros are so hard to find in good condition. I also got a Doink the Clown in great condition. All his fingers attached.
Look at that.
His hair still looks good. So I got this from a group called The Era. It's honestly besides the Fig Cave and FCE that I'm in, that's probably one of the best groups out there. They do claim sales every Saturday, and I got him for like $35, I think, which is a steal. I also finally got from Forbidden Figurines. They make the belts. I did not get this Eddie Guerrero figure that I'm showing in the video, but I did get a belt that is on him.
Undisputed belt. Yes.
Undisputed belt. This thing is a piece of art. I think it's going to stay on Eddie until I get a Brock Lesnar figure.
How much is that?
The belt? It was, so she doesn't have any for sale right now. This was part of the subscription service. And this was the belt that won. This is from like July or August. That's how backed up they are.
Wow.
So I have another one coming. And me and you were talking about, how our shipments are all messed up.
Yeah,
it's going to be here, I think, Friday after we record. But like this one and the GCW title, which I sold in the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast group a while back, and then I got tracking for this. This kid paid for it like right away, and then I got tracking for it. And so January 4th, it was supposed to be at my house. I got it yesterday. That's how messed up the mail is. So yeah, January 8th, 14 days later after I was supposed to get it, I finally got it. So I shipped that off to him right away. But I have a Smoking Skull, Stone Cold Steve Austin belt coming from them. An NWA, I forget which NWA. I want to say TV title. And then there was something else I have coming. WCW US title, I think they owe us. And there's one other, but yeah, she's changing her whole business model because they're so far behind on stuff that they're catching up, and they're going to change some things up. the subscription service was great. It's only $20 a month. And you got the belt. So it's but usually they're like 30, 35, I think, when she sells them by themselves. But they are worth it. If you have not bought one yet, they're super, super worth it. I also got from Wrestling Collector's Shop, Elite 92. Woo! Mom hair flare. Of course, you guys know I had to get this.
Yes, of course.
And I made a trade with Alan Day that we talked about earlier. So Hardy Boys are coming to the area. And I was like, I want to get the ringside exclusive Hardy Boys 2-pack signed by them. Right. So Alan Day and I made a trade for the Sergeant Slaughter Ultimate Edition, the unsigned one, the extra one that I had won from Dougie Nunya in a raffle. So I got that. And then last but not least, I got an in-store find, which has not happened in a very, very long time. I got the Triple H Legends figure in the DX garb. DX and NWO, man, they're another one on my shelves that I'm like, do I really need 5 different versions of Triple H and DX? But I bought this last week before I realized that. So so yeah, and that's my my weekly purchases, man. I'm still looking. I want to get Cowboy Bob Orton. I didn't want him originally in this from this Legends line, but he's going to be at that Blitzkrieg show. Right. So you were talking about getting your Penta signed. I'm going to talk about signed figures more next week because that's starting to become a thing, I think, for me. It's signed figures. We'll talk.
Yeah, it's fun.
I usually go 8x10s, man, but I'm like, you know what? I think the figures are more now that I'm getting more autographed figures lately. It's been like, yeah, I think this is what I want to do.
No, it's fun. It's very fun. I think even the wrestlers kind of like it a little bit more too. Like it's like almost like you're a little bit more invested to them when you have a figure.
Right. They're not just writing their name on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
I mean, that Sergeant Slaughter Ultimate Edition that I got signed, man, that thing is like a piece of art. Like, I don't even know what to do with it because it's so nice. Like I'm like, Ringside doesn't have any cases for it. I was going to put it in a detolf, but I'm like, how do I display it? Like it would need its own shelf. Yeah. And I got to put like Slaughter next. Like, I don't know what to do with it. And that's a good problem to have, I feel like.
Yeah,
so
I'm about to say I'd rather have that. I mean, like when Ken Shamrock signed the classic, like he was just so appreciative that I had it,
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, I think the signed figure is like that's to me a premium. Like I think that's way better than the 8x10.
Yeah, just to circle back to the Hardy Boys there. I decided this week, I'm like, I could not pull the trigger on paying for the ticket.
The whole combo.
$160 for a picture with both of them and one autograph from each of them. And I was just like, you know what, man? I didn't pay that for Flair any of the times I met Flair. I didn't pay that for Bret Hart. I didn't pay that for Roddy Piper. I didn't pay that for Shawn Michaels. I didn't pay that for Mick Foley. Like, I don't think I'm going to pay that for the Hardy Boys. I love the Hardy Boys. Like great tag team, but $160 is just a lot of bread for a meet and greet.
I have a picture with broken Matt Hardy at an indie show, and it was nowhere near that price.
I think the reason it's that expensive is so the place that's doing it. They're together. It's their first signing since Jeff. Like it's the first signing Jeff can do, because his contract will be up. It'll be 90 days or whatever. And then the other thing is they're charging more for action figures. Like if you have a belt, a pop, or an action figure, you have to pay one price. And then if you're just doing like a trading card, a magazine, or a 8x10, it's less. It's like $20 or $30 less. Yeah.
That's interesting.
The guy who runs the shop that they're going to be at talked about that's the way a lot of signings are going lately. So we'll see, how he's got some big signings coming to the shop. Kurt Angle's going to be there. Kane, that's where I got my Kane autograph. And Kane is actually the signing he did with Kane went so well. He's going to be back there in July. So I'm
almost figuring like my next East Coast trip is probably going to be when Sting is signing somewhere, because it's like they're not coming anywhere over here for that.
Is Heroes Hideout do have Sting coming? I think they might. Let me check it real quick. Oh, their website's not working. We can move on while I look it up. We'll circle back.
Okay.
But they might. I feel like he is coming, but not. He's coming to the one in Albany again. Anyway, that's it for my my weekly purchases. You gave yours. You ready to do? We'll walk that or not walk that toy. Oh Jesus, I'm getting tired. You ready to do a little falls count anywhere?
Falls count anywhere.
Falls Count Anywhere is brought to you by Homage. Use our affiliate link and our code, the run in 15 for 15% off any order at homage.com. Our affiliate link is actually the best way to do that, and you can use it. It's over at runinpod.com. We made it nice and easy for you. We have a whole page of deals on there with all our discount codes. Runinpod.com and click on Homage. I was just looking through. They've got some new NBA shirts. They've got some Cobra Kai shirts. They got some U.S. Olympics shirts. And of course, they just put some NFL stuff up last week. So make sure you check that out. Did you see the preview for Moon Knight?
I did.
What'd you think?
It definitely got my curiosity going.
Same.
And you know, Moon Knight is something I read.
I was going to ask you because you are definitely more of a comic book guy than I am, and I never read Moon Knight. I got interested in Moon Knight when I saw the Marvel Legend figure for the first time. I was like, who is that? Like, I didn't know who it was off the top of my head, and that caught my eye. So I was interested to see what you were thinking watching this trailer.
Yeah, no, it got me into it. Like Moon Knight it's basically Stan Lee, he always like the one DC character he was always just like very envious that he didn't create was Batman. Like he always like he's like, man, I wish I had that's why he had so he created Daredevil, and then that wasn't like he tried to make him like Batman, like that's why he's blind, and he's like, that didn't get the feel that I like. Daredevil's working, but it's not the feel that I wanted to be like Batman, and then that's where Moon Knight came in.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm super interested. The trailer looks really good. One of the actors, I don't know if it's the guy who played Moon Knight.
So the guy who plays Moon Knight is Oscar Isaac.
Okay, so it wasn't the guy.
Else. Yeah.
But yeah, one of the guys died at age 37 after a ski accident. So
yeah, he's playing Anton Mogart, who's not Moon Knight.
Gotcha.
I won't because I want everybody to watch it. I'm not going to tell you anything. I'll let you guys watch it, and then you can ask me questions.
One of the things sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but that's sad. Like he was 37. I mean, you're man. Be careful skiing out there, folks.
I was just gonna say we should do a top 5. Like one of our top 5s should be the Disney Plus Marvel shows. We should just rank them. Yeah, we're always trying to figure out what to do for top 5s. And you see the news? I know you saw the news because we talked about it in our group chat. But yes. The news this week, some news came of Blizzard and Xbox making a deal.
Strike a deal.
That's a huge deal. What are your thoughts on that, man?
I think what they like, if we're really going through this with a fine-tooth comb, they wanted COD. They wanted Call of Duty. Like that is the game. Like with all those studios combined, that is the game everybody plays. Like, let's be real.
Right.
Diablo's pretty so I'm not a first-person shooter. I'm not good at first-person shooters, nor do I really like them that much. But I know that's a huge franchise, and especially with all the subscription services and all that, and the all the pay to all the things that you're to pay to play. for Call of Duty, that's big business.
Yeah.
I would keep the money. If I were them, I'd keep the money coming from every direction. I would not do any, like maybe a couple of a couple of guns or whatever be exclusive to Xbox, but I would not make this game just an Xbox game.
No, I don't think they'll do that. I think, like we were saying, I think there's too much money for Call of Duty for that to happen. I did not realize that Blizzard or Activision or whoever you want to call them owned Candy Crush.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the article now and I'm like, oh,
which is another like, $1 here and there from all the people that play Candy Crush. That's another.
Oh my God. My wife spent so much money on that game. Right. But yeah, this is huge. I really, really hope they keep. I don't play a ton of Call of Duty, but just for the sake of competition,
sure.
I hope they keep Call of Duty on, all of.
Sure. I mean, that's probably because right now, don't they have like you can pretty much even play each other on different. You can be on a different platform. Right?
Yeah, so, cross-platform, I believe.
Yeah, so just leave it like that and just collect the money. Make improvements. Like so, that's the thing that So that's kind of the other side of this is that I don't feel like there's been that much improvement of the game. Like, it's just a game people like to play.
It's like Madden. It's the same game every year.
Yeah. So, make some, like now you got it. Okay. Make some improvements,
Yep.
like, so, yeah, good for Xbox. Like, I'm not like, again, just like with wrestling, I'm not going to tell you, which machine to spend $500 on that you want to play. Like whichever one you want, get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm rooting for you. So because I know it's hard out there, so that's why I'm saying I'm rooting for you to get it. So yeah, no, I think there's enough. Like we always say on this show, there's enough pie for everybody. Like I think it's a knee-jerk reaction with the stock going down for Sony because then. Sony's gonna come out with that VR2 and all those games that are about to come out for Sony, and then that's like so. In fact, if you're a stock person, this might be the time. Like the price just went down. This might be the time to go buy a couple shares.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. I'm looking at our NFL picks here, but before we get into our NFL picks, let's talk about Girl Scout cookies. Let's do our top 5. It's run-in top 5 time. We are doing top 5 Girl Scout cookies here. I've been seeing these ladies. My cousins are hitting me up with their kids, wanting me to buy Girl Scout cookies from them. And I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to drop my COVID weight still here. Let's back away from the cookies.
Or keep it like to a row a day or something.
Yeah. Top 5 favorite Girl Scout cookies. I actually thought there was more Girl Scout cookies than there are. They added a couple of new flavors this year, which one of them sounds really good. I had them all pulled up and I lost them. Where did they go? Let's go back here. Girl Scout cookies. Images. There was like a new caramel one. Yeah, pull up the image here. Adventureful. Yeah, it looks like it's like a brownie.
Yep.
Indulgent brownie inspired cookies with caramel flavored cream.
Yeah.
And a hint of sea salt.
If I see some ladies somewhere selling these, I'm about to buy a couple boxes from you. Like
hell yeah.
I want to try that. Like, you got me.
Looks like they changed maybe these are looks like they changed the name of some of these. Or these are I was gonna say, or they're bootleg. Like, what am I looking at here?
No, I had to really look at some of these. I had to really look at the because I went to the Girl Scout website for mine, and I had to look at the the description. I was like, oh, that's the
yeah.
and then I ranked them. So yeah, they're still the OGs are there. They just kind of gave them some snazzy names for some of them.
Yeah, they gave them different names here. All right, let's start it up, DJ. Who do you got what do you got for your number 5?
Shortbread.
Oh, me too, man. Shortbread is underrated.
Yeah, it is.
You're gonna tell me it's like sweet vanilla, I feel like, is a shortbread flavor. And it's like, and it's just it's there. It's like an old friend. It's good. It's like it brings you back.
Reliable.
It's not old reliable, exactly. You can drive the bus. It's not overpowering. It's not like this indulgent flavor. It's just Hey, you know what? Nice.
It's like the red dragon in a match. You know you're gonna get a good match.
Yeah, nice. I got that. So we got the same for number 5. 5. I'm just making sure I have 5. 1, 2, 3, because I crossed one off my list.
Oh, okay.
All right. So what's your number 4?
The caramel chocolate chip.
Caramel chocolate chip. I have that as my number 4 as well. Damn, DJ. All right. We're actually agreeing on some food here.
Yes. It's probably going to start getting mixed around now.
Yes. Yep. I got screwed up here with the names. Shit.
Okay.
So you go with your
3.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, go with your number 3.
S'mores.
Dude. Same.
Okay.
This is like the most uneventful top 5 we've ever done. I thought there was going to be some serious debate here, but maybe as we get closer to the top, there will be.
Here we go. Top 2. So
top 2. What do you got?
Toastier.
Toastier. Which one is that?
It's French toast. It tastes like.
Oh, yeah. I haven't had that one yet, but we've talked about this on the pod before. I'm not a huge maple syrup guy.
That's right.
So I don't think I would like those at all. I'm not even like curious to try them. I'm super curious to try those new caramel brownie ones.
No, I'm serious. Some kid's gonna get lucky one day. You got the adventures.
Yeah, my cousin put up a link on her Facebook. I think I'm gonna order like tonight.
You're pre-ordering cookies now.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. My number 2, I have the peanut butter sandwich, not the chocolate covered peanut butters, the do-si-dos. It's like the peanut butter Oreo, essentially. I love peanut butter. I love peanut butter flavored stuff.
So
yeah. So that's my number 2 is the do-si-do. And then what's your number 1?
The peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah. My number 1 was the tagalongs. That's the chocolate shortbread and the peanut butter filling. You throw those in the freezer. They are so damn good. Chocolate covered. Right. It's essentially the same thing as the peanut butter sandwich, but it's covered in chocolate. It's delicious. We did not. Neither one of us had Thin Mints or Samoas.
I thought you were. I was like, he's gonna have Thin Mints, and because some people love. I've seen people like I've seen Girl Scouts have a table and have a sign hanging off the edge. I don't have like no more Thin Mints. I'm like, I don't want them anyway. So
yeah, the Thin Mints are like, my wife, she'll kill me if she heard this, but she would eat a box of those in one sitting.
Yeah. She hears that. She's going.
Yeah, but to me, it's like eating chocolate covered toothpaste. It's like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Yeah. And I like mint, and I like gum, for example, like mint gum or something like that. But, my chocolate and candy, I guess, is just not something I mix, I guess.
Yeah, same here. And I don't like Samoas. Those are like the number 1. Like, everybody loves Samoas. I'll say this: fuck coconut. I don't like coconut.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, I just I like coconut milk and I like coconut water.
Nah, man, coconut water to me. My buddy tries to get me to drink it all the time. It tastes like sweat to me for some reason. I don't know what the deal is, but like, yeah, I'll drink it and I'm like, this is disgusting. And eating it like on something like that, it's like little strands of shit. Like, what?
I can't do it. Yeah, that I can't do. Because there's even like my family, somebody always makes a coconut cake, and I'm just like, and I always look at them with why, So yeah, no, I hear you on the shreds of coconut. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm good on that. But man, I think that's the most we've ever agreed on a top 5. You know what's an underrated one? We talked about these before, is the lemon ones.
The lemon ones are like, so if the list went a little bit further down, the lemon ones would be in there. I do like the lemon.
Yep. I'm super curious about those.
I want those adventurers.
Yeah, I'm super curious about those.
You're about to pre-order.
Totally. Let's talk some NFL football as we're getting closer here to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Rough weekend for both of us, man. And I'll say this, man. I think there's too many games this weekend. I love football. I love sitting back and watching it. I love when there's games on Saturday night. I love that there was games Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But when I say there was too many games, I mean like there were so many blowouts. And that's not like, I don't think this wild card weekend was a great success. The closest game you had was Dallas and San Fran, 23-17.
Some stuff happened at the end, even because that was going towards a blowout.
Yep.
And you happen to have Dallas get a couple what I feel like was kind of garbage time points.
Yeah. Even
I think 49ers
Cincinnati and Vegas was 7 points too, but
right. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. All right. So I was giving you a ton of shit about that whole situation.
Right.
Before I had actually seen what happened, I was just like, oh boy, I hate when people complain about the refs. Like,
right.
It's just one of those things. It's one of those. I feel like, and I don't know if this is because I'm a fan of a Bill Belichick coach team, but like the ref should never cost you. The Bill Belichick's thing is like the ref should never cost you a game.
Sure.
If they did, that means you weren't playing good enough to have one call go your way. That was bullshit. That should have been a dead play, and they should have played it over.
Like you said, I agree with that, unless it's a touchdown. Like you gave. Well, literally were given a touchdown. That's all I was. That's what I was upset. And then look at the score. Like it's like so.
Right.
So it's like that made it it'd be one thing if they just blew us out. Like you're saying, like we got blown out 31-14
or 47-17, like Patriots did.
I wouldn't have nothing to say, but we're talking about a one possession game that they were basically given a touchdown. So that's all, you know, but that's the life of being a Raider. Nobody believes me, but Raider fans know what I'm talking about. There's always there's always 2 or 3 plays that even when you're watching on TV, you'll even hear the announcers go, "Yeah, I didn't see anything." Like they'll say it really low, like I didn't see anything there.
Well, that was I thought the biggest had
the official, the official that was in the broadcast, the retired official that looks over everything. He's like, yeah, that should not have been a touchdown. So it's like, well, I'm gonna have a beer,
And then the NFL said that they were like, oh no, the whistle blew after he caught the ball, and it's like, no, it didn't. Shut the fuck up.
And is that why that crew is not allowed to,
exactly
officiate any more games? So
exactly, just so terrible. And then all the other games were blowouts. New England got blown out. That was I'll be honest, man. I'm saying this as a Patriots fan. That was a huge surprise and a huge kick in the dick. It was just like, wow, you guys didn't even show up.
Well, I think what we saw, first, to answer the question, I still like the amount of teams that are in the playoffs. I think it at least gives now you don't have these. I don't like when no team. I don't want any team to have 30 years where they haven't been in the playoffs. Okay. And then I just now you started to see, but why home field advantage, especially in the NFL, I guess, but not for Dallas, but but for everybody else, why it matters, why, so the game still they still showed that it those regular season games matter. You need to have it to where if you're going to be in this round, okay, make them have to come to you.
Yep.
And then look at the home teams went off, so okay, so except for Dallas, which I'm sorry, I just they're one of the teams that I don't hate them. Okay, I don't hate them, but I do have to make fun of some of their fans.
I was gonna say I don't hate them, but I laugh when they lose like that. That's such a Cowboys way to. You fucking ran the ball,
and there's no so for them, to me, there's no excuse. You have the highest paid quarterback, running back, and wide receiver.
Yep. On
your team. What's the you had the best rookie defensive player, along with other defensive, the defenses in they got to be in the top 5, right?
Yeah, they're
so where were you?
Solid.
You guys can't all they did so to what you just said, all the 49ers did was run the ball.
Right.
That's all they did.
Unbelievable.
They probably even told them, hey, the Garoppolo is probably hey, we're gonna run it. We're gonna run it right here, okay? Hey, and then still 8 yards, you know. So it's just like, what? You know, we saw this at Buffalo Wild Wings after the Comic-Con, and there was a night, like, so we're in California, so a bunch of 49er, like, it was half and half at the at the place, and you know, Athena just happens to be a Cowboy fan.
Oh,
so I had, you know, so I had to, you know, I had to be nice, because you know what, she did root, like, she rooted for the Raiders during the Raider game, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna be nice.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, you know, so I wasn't like rooting, but I was like, hey, they need, you know, like, Dak needs to wake up. What's going on? You know, I was saying stuff like that. And they just didn't give us anything. They didn't really give their people anything to root for. So yeah, poor Dallas. And then she's not the obnoxious Dallas fan. Like, she knows that it's been since 1993 since they won the Super Bowl. She realized that.
Yeah.
So she acts accordingly. Like, these folks that tell me, you know, all this greatness and not, like, dude, it's been since 1993.
Right.
Troy Aikman is not walking through that door. Have a seat. So
yeah, it's just, man, I think there's too many teams in the playoffs, to be honest with you. I think it should go back to the way it was. But that's just me. That's my useless opinion.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was and it also, on the other end of it, is the teams that are the number 1 seeds. I think they got to, like, they should have a bye, which I think I'm in favor of.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some picks for this week. I have to update our picks. I'll post them out probably before this drops. I was trying to add everything up. I'm like, I can't do this while I'm recording. We got to do it.
No, don't try that.
We'll do it after, and then going into this week, 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. First game is 4:30 Saturday at Cincinnati at Tennessee. Who you got?
I think I'm gonna go with the Titans. Especially, like, there are mumblings that Henry might play this game.
Yeah.
That's not good for so and with both of those running backs, like, so yeah, no, I see, and this is at Tennessee. We just talked about what the home teams have been doing in these playoffs, so I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm going Tennessee too. I want my heart wants the Bengals. I've talked about it before. My stepdad is
playing good, and they're playing good.
Fan.
They're a good team.
They're like the underdog.
I'm not mad at them for winning. Like, that wasn't on them. Like, that, right. Like, they did what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to try to get a touchdown. But
yep.
You know, good for, you know, and I like Burrow. Like, I think Burrow and Chase are going to be a good connection for a long time.
Yep.
But yeah, I think this is just going to be too tough.
Then we got San Francisco at Green Bay. It's going to be a good game.
I think that might be the game of the weekend, in my opinion. I'm going Green Bay.
All right, I am also going Green Bay. Then we got This is for Sunday, 3:00 kickoff. Rams at Tampa Bay.
Well, I am going Rams. I think they have the defense that your boy does not like to play against.
Yeah.
And that's that when you can rush 4 and have pressure, that's the key. Like, if you can get him off his circle, Tommy has a little problem with that. And especially, like, and then you're able to drop everybody else back and have the four guys. You only need 4 guys of pressure. Too many offensive linemen are hurt for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you're going to have Aaron Donald, Von Miller, and what's the other line? And then that other linebacker that they usually put on the line. So,
God, I can't think of his name either.
Right, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So that's I think that's just the recipe. Like, you know, that's it, exactly like the 2 New York Giant teams, like that beat them. So. Too many injuries for, like, it's just one of those, like, they were just in the Super, like, that's one kind of the curse of going to the Super Bowl, is that, and then bringing back the exact same team, is that you've played more games than everybody else in this tournament.
Right.
So yeah. So I'm gonna go Rams.
All right. I'm going Tampa Bay. I don't have a long explanation. I think everybody that listens to this show
there you go.
knows that I would love a Tampa Bay and Cincinnati Super Bowl, but I'm probably the only person that would want that.
Right.
Besides maybe my parents, but whatever. And then last game. This is the game I think is going to be the game of the week. Buffalo and Kansas City. Buffalo at Kansas City, 6:30. I have a 7:40 hockey game, and I'm hoping to get out of the hockey rink and go home and watch in the lobby and drink some fake beer with everybody and hang out and just watch it there. But I'm going Buffalo actually on this one.
I'm also going Buffalo. I think Buffalo's and it's going to be, I think their defense kind of woke up last week.
Yeah, Josh Allen played great. I think honestly, Josh Allen is the I don't want to say best quarterback in the AFC, but he's like top 5 quarterback in the AFC for sure.
Well, and I think it's going to be so I say this about Josh Allen, it's going to be cold. I'm guessing Kansas City is going to be cold weather.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And dude has proven to be a very, very good cold weather quarterback. And I just feel like Buffalo's defense just that was the real reason for that blowout, is that I feel like their defense really woke up when they spray painted playoffs on the grass. And that's going to be the difference. Is that if you can hold them to 21 points, if you can hold Kansas City to 21 points and you score 28, then there you go. So I'm gonna go Buffalo, going back from the 90s, going back to the AFC Championship.
All right, that is our picks for this week's NFL games. Time for what you're watching. I finished up Cobra Kai. I don't know if I talked about that last week. I know I talked about watching it, but I don't know if I finished it before we recorded last week. And
I finished it as well. Yep.
Did you? What'd you think?
I love how this show will they plot twist you all the way to the end. I do like that about this show. I think most people that try to say, "Oh, I saw that coming," I think you're lying. You may have guessed it, but you didn't know it was coming. And yeah, I don't want to mess up anybody, but yeah, the tournament was badass actually.
Yeah.
So tournament was badass. I guess long-term storytelling here. Remember that they keep talking about Bloodsport and the Kumite, in the series. And then you have this tournament, and then I'll just let everybody see the tournament in the show.
It was what I like about that show is you don't have to think too much watching it. It's just it's just fun, and I like that it's cheesy.
Yes.
I don't give a shit that it's not that it's that it is cheesy. I enjoy it.
Right.
I also
not looking for an Emmy. Just give me some entertainment here.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it is. It's entertaining as hell. Boba Fett, or Book of Boba Fett. I'm 2 episodes behind. I think I need to get back on track with that.
I say that's perfect. You can
right, I can binge it a little bit, and then I want to start Peacemaker. I have not started that yet.
Same.
But I'm hearing that it's better than Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, okay.
I've heard that from a few people.
Right.
So very interested to see how good that is. I was going to ask you actually, because I thought you might have watched it. But I'm curious if you need to watch Suicide Squad 2 to be up to date with everything on it, because I haven't watched.
You would think, because it's
not part 2, but the second. You know what I mean? The second one.
Yeah, the gun Suicide Squad.
Yep.
You would think, because he's such a prominent character in that movie, you would think so. So I would say, to be safe, if you haven't watched Peacemaker yet, you might want to watch that movie first, just to be safe.
Might do that this weekend. Whatchamacallit starts this weekend too. Ozark.
Is that right?
Yeah, it starts Friday. I just saw that actually while we were recording on something.
Well, there we go.
Ozark,
I really like that show.
I love that show. After that show, I might actually cancel Netflix because the price just went up again.
Well, I have T-Mobile,
Oh, you get it for free?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Might need your login. Let me get your login. We'll talk off air about that.
Some pirating going on.
What are you watching, man?
All right. So I also I'm also too behind for Book of Boba Fett, but I kind of do that on purpose. Like I like having to more than a 25-minute show to watch. I did watch Element Eternals.
Okay.
It's on Disney Plus now, folks. For now, that those of you who have it for free. And so I'm just very curious with Marvel, like, cause I can see that they're going. This is the direction that they're going. They're going to the cosmic.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Yep.
Yeah. So let's see what happens. Let's see if people like it.
Yeah,
I liked it. Like I did like it, and I was like it got low scores and all, and I was just like, yeah, but why? You know, to me, I'm like, why? Like this, I didn't think it was that bad of a movie. So we'll see. And then Athena and I went and saw Scream, the 2022 version of Scream.
Hearing a lot of good things about that. Is that a sequel or is it just a remake?
It's one of those, like, they had a name for it in the movie, but it's basically like Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Yeah, where it's like it's a remake but a continuation.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I've been like on the fence about whether I should go see it or not.
I liked it. Like I didn't really it's just like a normal, like when I've seen Scream, I've never been scared. You know, like you might get like maybe a couple of jump scares that'll make you rock your head back a little bit, but not really, you know, you're not really gonna get scared. And then, you know, it's just that whodunit thing, you know, like who's the killers.
It's more like a thriller than a scary movie.
Correct. You know, so and then all the nostalgia of them bringing back all of the rules, like talking about the rules in horror movies and everything. So
yeah.
So no, I think it's worth a see. I believe.
All right.
If you're into that franchise.
Me and the wife have a date night on Saturday night, so maybe we'll go see that. Although I kind of want to watch football and I kind of want to watch Ozark, so we'll see what happens.
Do you have a movie theater that has the football games going?
Like in the theater or like out, like in the lobby?
No, here we have movie theaters that will show them you can go and watch the game in the movie theater.
Oh no, we don't have that here.
Yeah,
I'm kind of jealous of that. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, I got to pee again, so let's wrap this show up here. I drank way too much soda during the pod and water.
Run Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, we got the run and run down. It's all our shout outs. Don't forget Wrestling Collector Shop, WrestlingCollectorShop.com. Use the code RUN10, save 10%. If you spend over $100, use the code RUN100. That'll get you a free Elite. Make sure you check out our boy Phil and the Inner Circles podcast. He has a discount code over at Collar and Elbow. It's Cave. You can use that to save 10% over at Collar and Elbow. And he's just put out a couple of new episodes. Figure collections. If you're listening to this on Friday, Blue Meanie BCW, Bone Crushing Wrestler, goes on sale Saturday at shop.figurecollections.com. Use the code RUN10 to save 10% off that $39.99 purchase price, and you'll get free shipping. Do it. Also, buy, sell, trade toys. Homage, Kenny over at the Call Up. Make sure you check out his podcast. Barrio Toys. They've got Ty Conti, and now, while we were recording, they just posted this. Sammy Guevara. What a shock. Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti going together. Can you believe it?
So can we get a combo picture?
Yeah, there you go. Maybe like them kissing you in the middle, like both of them kissing you on each cheek.
I'm going to experiment with this.
Faces and Heels podcast, Dos Padres podcast, WrestleGeddon podcast, Coming Down the Aisle, Dirty Heels, Turnbuckle Tavern. Too old for this shit. You can see DJ on that show or hear DJ on that show. Two Tots for short. Yes. Too old for this shit. With our boy Alan Day.
Hasbro Series 4. We break it down.
I love it. Keystone Collectibles, buy, sell, trade toys. I think I already mentioned him, but you can follow us. Everything you need is at runinpod.com. Make sure you sign up for the Patreon. Patreon.com/runinpod. We got 4 spots left. If you want to get in on a Royal Rumble contest right now, the prizes are Undertaker Ultimate Edition, AEW Belt Pack, and a Ric Flair Elite Series 92. Mom Hair Flare. Instagram is at the Run In Pod. Twitter is at Run In Podcast. Don't forget, find the episode tweet on this podcast, episode 83, on our Twitter. Retweet it. You'll be entered to win a Rey Mysterio Top Picks 2022 fig. Pretty good looking figure, courtesy of Wrestling Collector Shop. It'll be the pinned tweet on our Twitter profile. Make sure you do that. If you are listening early on the Patreon, I won't do that. You won't see it till Friday, but make sure you do it. DJ, hit him with all your social medias stuff there.
Sure there. So Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. Go ahead and find the Fig Night 27, FIGKNIGHT 27.
Not LA Night, but Fig Night. We might have to copy one of his shirts and make you get your own shirt for yourself. Fig Night 27, LA Nights. All right, guys. That is it for this week's edition of the Run In Podcast. It's episode number 83. Thank you guys so much. Patreon.com/runinpod. Go join. Peace. Go Bucks.